I'm getting this. Boardwalk World Toe Wrestling. Yeah, okay, we got it. Scott Mills on his way. I think he was actually peeping at that a little bit, the session that we were just doing. Thanks to Eleanor Kiff, the producer on that item, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
This is Radio 2.
On BBC Sounds.
And on your smart speaker.
Play BBC Radio 2.
BBC News at 2 o'clock. This is Mike Powell. England are on course to reach the knockout stages of the Women's World Cup with a perfect record. Their final group stage game against China is in its final minutes and they're leading 6-1. The Lionesses only needed a draw to finish top of their group and set up a last 16 tie against Nigeria. This couple have been watching the game at a fan zone in South London and said the atmosphere was amazing.
For young girls or young women to be able to see women performing at this level is just a huge inspiration. It's absolutely massive.
I mean, I wouldn't have expected this place to be this busy in a men's game, so the support's fantastic, and the actual sport itself, I should find it probably more exciting and more aggressive than the men's game.
UK house prices fell last month at the fastest annual rate since 2009. Figures from the Nationwide Building Society show a typical property now costs nearly £261,000. Nationwide's senior economist Andrew Harvey says it won't benefit most first-time buyers.
Whilst first-time buyers will welcome the decline in house prices, unfortunately it isn't enough to offset the increase we've seen as a result of the higher mortgage rates. So, for example, for a typical first-time buyer who's got a 20% deposit, for example, mortgage payments are probably around 43% of take-home pay.
The gym operator, David Lloyd Leisure, has been fined £2.5 million after a 3-year-old drowned at one of the company's sites in Leeds. Rocco Wright died after he was found in the swimming pool in Moortown in April 2018. The business pleaded guilty to a health and safety breach at Leeds Crown Court. France is preparing to evacuate its citizens from Niger, where military leaders have seized control. The coup has prompted angry demonstrations against France, the country's former colonial ruler. Italy has also said it's putting on a special flight for its nationals wanting to leave Niger. Alcohol companies have criticised the government's plans to tax spirits and wine at a higher rate, saying it will impact consumers and businesses. Changes to alcohol duty means that from today, drinks are now taxed according to how strong they are, meaning some weak beers and sparkling wine will become slightly cheaper. Eleanor Jane from the Scottish Health Action on Alcohol Problem thinks the changes will encourage people to drink less.
People who are the heaviest drinkers tend to buy cheap alcoholic drinks from shops. So that's why today's measures will introduce duty based on alcoholic strength. It will sort of lessen that difference between prices that pubs charge versus the price of alcohol in shops.
NASA says it's lost contact with a probe that's been floating in space since 1977 because it mistakenly sent it the wrong command. The space agency said it had caused the spacecraft to turn 2 degrees away from Earth, cutting off all communication. The probe reset itself every few months, so scientists hope it will be back in contact in October. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 2.
Thanks, Mike.
Now.
Good afternoon.
Hi Scott, my name's Dawn from Titchfield in Fareham. I love Lost Dogs live, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the show tonight with Claire.
Yeah, me and Claire Balding and my dog on live TV tonight. What could possibly go wrong?
So it's Tuesday, it's 2 o'clock and it's time for Scott Mills on Radio 2.